Fellow diamond friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kalikaloo on the internet, and I also go by the name of Kali. I'm happy that you found your way to the 10th part of my September long video. If you're new to my channel, you don't know it, the September long is a project I decided to work on. It's actually a project where during the month of September I'll be working daily on this canvas. For those that are new, this canvas does not come from AliExpress, does not come from Diamond Art Club, sorry, I say it straightforward. So it does come from AliExpress. I got it before it was released from Diamond Art Club. So I'm working on this one. If you want to know my opinion about this picture and the rendering and so on, you can see it in the earlier videos, but you can also hear it later on once this project is done, and I will do a quick review of it. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to work on this section here. So as always, I used the tiny decision wheel to help me out. So the tiny decision wheel does help me actually work on a project. So it does decide randomly for me which part I'll be working on. So it shows the part 15, and this is this part here. So let me just cut this through. I forgot to cut this open. And this is the section that I'll be working on today. I just already took care of the rivers. So here was a river that was going through there. So I'll be working on it now. So this is the pen I'll be using for today. So it's a quick picture. Well, it's a pink pen I got from Amazon. I'm gonna link it down below. It does come with the steel tips, different kind of steel tips you just can turn in and turn out. Very pretty, very handy. So let's get started. I'm gonna zoom in and we can work along. So for today, I got a few topics that I wanted to discuss with you. Let me see if I have, yeah, like this you should be able to see. I hope it's clear enough. I know that we don't have the best weather at the moment. Actually, we have quite a lot of rain. Let me just go grab a tray because I used all of my trays for my other project, because I'm currently also working on my Heaven and Earth design. For those who follow me on Insta, you can just see it there. I'm gonna link to my Instagram account also in the description below. So this is what we'll be doing today. I'll try to make it a WIP&SIP&Chat today, which means that I'll be working on my project here. You can work alongside me, just listening to what I have to tell you and so on. And you just can like comment down below if there's some things that get you to react or whatever. So this is the whipping part and the chatting part. So it's me chatting and you working alongside me on your own project. So whatever your project is, just get it out and let's work alongside each other. So that's pretty nice. And you have the sipping part. It's just me, and I think it's super important because, like, if you work on a project or if you do diamond painting, it happens that you just forget to drink. So get whatever drink you want to get. I have it here, like I have my drink here. For those who don't know me, I actually don't drink coffee, so it will be either water or it will be most likely some tea because I like hot beverages. So grab whatever you have in your home, whatever makes you happy, and just work alongside me. So for today, there were different topics that I wanted to talk to you about, so we can ramble a bit about the weather that's currently going on here in Europe and especially in Luxembourg. So for those who don't know me, I'm from Luxembourg. I am a teacher, that's my job. I'm currently on summer breaks yet, though next week, Friday, everything will begin again. So I'll be going back to work after 2 months of like summer holidays and preparing stuff. And yeah, that's what I mainly do. That's my work. So I usually just spend my days working when I'm not just off work, and when I come home I prepare stuff for school and all, and once that's done, well, I get to diamond paint a little bit or go out or whatever. So diamond painting has become a an important, very important part of my life ever since November last year, when I worked on my first diamond painting kit that I got from AliExpress. And at the same time I decided this is something that I really enjoy, let's make it a journey. And that's how I got to diamond painting, and that's how actually the journey with my YouTube channel started. So for those who are interested in that, you can just like I don't know, how did you get into diamond painting? That's something that I'm interested in as well. So please let me know, how did you guys get into diamond painting? Was there a shop you discovered diamond painting? Were there friends that were diamond painting and that got you interested in it? I wonder, because like for me, there was no one who actually did it. It was just me, myself, who just discovered it. And then I got into that. So sorry, I was just checking quickly up on my computer because I tried to upload like the latest video, and somehow my phone or my computer does make a few problems. So I had to check quickly up on that. But apparently just uploaded, so I'm happy with that. So anyway, let me know in your comments how you got to diamond painting. I always love to hear stories like this, how you guys got into something. Just let me quickly note something down. Okay, so yeah, mostly what I wanted to say is that here actually, I don't know if it's also in other countries this way. We just heard like we had a very hot summer, and currently it's actually cooling down a bit. You can see for the last 2 weeks already, you could see that fall is approaching, autumn. But it came slowly. But now the last few days we just saw it like this is really autumny weather, but not, well, it's actually pretty nice. You see sometimes the sun like now is coming in, flooding through the windows and all, very beautiful. But we also got the rainy part of it where it rains a lot, and the leaves are already starting falling, and they did not change yet, all of the leaves. So I'm curious when this will happen. I have like a ginkgo plant, a ginkgo tree in my garden that I took with me when I moved into my new home. And actually it's quite a good indicator for when the weather is going to change or when autumn is finally to come, because its leaves are going to turn yellow. So normally they are green, and they started turning yellow, very little, not all the branches, but a few branches started turning yellow a week ago or two. So I knew that it's going to change, so the weather is going to change, and we are going to approach autumn pretty quickly right now. So that's that. What have I done here? What have I done here? I don't know what I've done here. I was looking for this. I just got this cap from the tube here, and I was like, where did the container go? So I put the container on the other side, and I was just like, where did it go? Did I mix something up or something? And I just like had to stop the video for a second, because I was like, what the hell have I done to it while I was talking? So I'm not used to talking much during my videos, so for those that follow my WIP&SIP&Chats, they know that sometimes it's a little bit difficult for me, but here we go. I do my best, and that's why I always like for you to leave me just comments down below. I had a few exchanges with some of you that I really enjoyed. Actually, I got to know about some of your animals or your pets that you have at home, and I love knowing more about the pets you have and stuff. So whatever it is that comes through your mind whenever you watch the videos, you can always know, you can comment down below, you will get an answer. I try my best to reply as quickly as possible. Sometimes it's going to be a little bit delayed just because of work or stuff, when something is going on in my life, but usually I try to be pretty quick about replies. So yeah, So this is about the weather that I wanted to talk to you. We just got the news yesterday that something very awful was happening. You remember that I was in London. I did also WIP&SIP&Chat about that a while ago. I was in London in June. Sorry, not June, and actually in July. With my grandpa. It was the first time he visited, and he really enjoyed his stay there. And while we were there, actually they were celebrating the 70th jubileum of the Queen. And yesterday the notice arrived that unfortunately the Queen just passed away at the age of 96 years, I think. I think this is pretty sad because, like, for me, the Queen was, well, we have monarchs here in Luxembourg as well. I don't know if you know, but like Luxembourg is some kind of monarchy. It's actually Grand Duchy. Like you have like, we have a Grand Duke, a Duke, and we have a Duchess, and that's actually, they are kind of governing our country. So it's not a king or queen, but it's like some royalty though still. And so we have that here as well. It's not as well, you have people who actually like them as much as the Queen, but I always felt like when I was looking at Great Britain, I felt like the Queen was really some kind of monument on her own. She was like this huge personality and everyone knew her. She was loved throughout all the countries, and she was really an important part for history as well, because like she was so old. She started very young when she was designated Queen of England, and for me she was really an important person, historical figure when I looked back at it. And so knowing that she was sick, well, we knew it all, but she still made her appearances. And especially because I was back there at London in July, I felt like, well, she and the royalty, of course, are part of it. But even though her eldest son will take over now, and he will be the new king, I feel that the Queen was just like a symbol of England somehow. And I feel that with her leaving this world, somehow a part of that is leaving as well. I don't know if I have people here from England that are listening, but yeah, I felt a little bit sad when I heard the news. Actually, a little bit earlier, before they stated it, I read in the news that somehow the Queen was in hospital, and they were kind of, how should I put it? They were like afraid for her state, I guess. And when I read in the article that like her sons and grandchildren, everyone was there, I knew that it was about to happen. I felt like, I told my friend like, hey, listen, even Harry and Meghan are there. So I think that that's not good news. I think that if they are there as well, they flew in and stuff, this is actually not good news. And I remember that just a few days ago, William and Kate were pretty close. They were in Düsseldorf, sorry, a city in Germany. So they were super close here, and I felt like, yeah, that reminded me of when I was in Britain and everything was so cool, and I really liked that place. And now I feel like it's gone, because when I saw the monuments and everything that they decorated for her birthday, I felt like, yeah, she was like, I think she was loved by people a lot, and I don't know, I think she was an important figure of England. Let me know what you think about that. Do you also have monarchs in your country, and are they maybe or another political figure that's important and that you consider as well as important, a symbol as the Queen? I mean, we have like if you take Luxembourg, for instance, we have our Grand Duke and stuff, but we also have our Premier Minister, our Prime Minister, who is actually, I think he's more present in the scene, like more people would know him, I guess, than our Grand Duke. but formally it's the Grand Duke who represents the country. So I don't know. I feel like if you have just like in France a prime minister like Macron, for instance, or Germany where you have your chancellor and stuff, they change pretty quickly. Like they stay there for a few years and all, but afterwards they just change like a lot and quickly because like people are voting for them and stuff. So you actually get a lot of different people who are governing the country, even though here also the Grand Duke and family don't govern. They just are there to represent the country, so they have no political function anymore. They had some rights a few years ago, but when there was like this law they did not want to vote for because of personal matters or personal convictions, like their last straw of power, or kind of like the power to decide stuff, was taken away from them. And so it's actually our prime minister that does everything with the government and stuff. So he is like more the political figure here. And I feel like the way that they change so quickly, and this is also the case I feel in the States, it's still different in the States because you get more like, they have like, I think it's bigger than here in our countries, but they come and they go. So we don't get the feeling to attach to them as much as you could, for example, attach to the Queen. I know that like the Queen as well, like they have in England, they have like another political system, like they have like Boris Johnson. Well, it was him, it's no longer him and stuff, but they have also a very important role in England. But the Queen stays the Queen. Like she was like really important, I think. Like the royal family has still a big place in England that they are filling, what they don't do in Luxembourg, for instance. That's the point where I wanted to get to, actually. Sorry for talking so long, just to state that. But that was the idea where I wanted to get to, actually. So yeah, I don't know if that's the case in other countries as well. I don't know them as much or as well as I do, for instance, my own country or like England. Yeah, the background noise that you may hear today, the snoring and whatever he will be doing in a few minutes, well, that's actually Edgar. He's here, my dog. He's a Frenchie, a bulldog, so he does snore quite a bit. And I think he's having a big dream about something he likes because he does snore a lot right now. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, that was something I wanted to talk to you about. Like that made me really sad when I got the news yesterday that she actually passed away. I was still hoping in the afternoon that everything would just be all right, that she would recover from whatever it was, but apparently she did not, unfortunately. So yeah, that's sad. You may know, if you noticed, I don't know if you watch my videos, I also got the time to change my nails. Yay! So I don't know if you see it. I always go to a friend's place. She lives in my city, and my cousin went there, and then I saw her nails and I was like, wow, they are beautiful. And she was like, oh, do you want to go as well? Because like she's a friend of hers as well. And so she said, you can go there. I'll just ask her if she has time. So I asked her, and I think she would not take as new customers, but since I knew my cousin and since they're friends, she was like, oh yeah, I'll do an exception for you, just come and I'll do your nails. And so I've been there for a few months now. So I went there and I got my nails done. I think I started in January, and she does them with gel. So these are gel nails, and I think they are very pretty. She always takes time to just do them correctly, and that's something I really like. I really like how they turned out. I just showed her a picture of something I like, and she just does it. I always come to her with weird ideas, she says, but something she does not mind. She likes to try out new things. And for me, it's like As a kid, I always wanted to just have changed my hair, like a lot of ways, like many colors. If I had a rainbow on my head, I would be so happy. But my mom was always like, no, you won't get that. That's not good for your hair. That's not good for your whatever. You should not get it. When you're old, you can do whatever you want with your hair, but now you can't. So when I was young, I was not allowed to just change my hair and color them whatever color I wanted. Even going from blonde to black was not allowed. So what I did was I just went to brown, clear, very clear brown, and then I went my way through brown to darker shades of brown to even darker shades of brown until I got my black hair that I wanted so much. So I got it in the end. It took me some while to get there, but I got it. And from there on, I just went through phases. Like I had, for a very long time, I had just black hair. And I think it was for 5 years, more or less. I had like colored my hair in black, but then whenever you saw the roots, I was like super annoyed about that. And I did not like coloring them so often because I knew it's bad for your hair. And so I decided to no longer do that. And I went to the salon, and they just like did some. I asked them if it was possible to just color. Yeah, well, this was a while ago. Okay, so I was still at university, and I asked them to just change my hair color and to do it like the upper part, like not beneath. You have like the hair on top. If they could do it like blonde, so I did not have to color the roots again. I could just let it grow out later on. And the bottom I would just keep in dark brown, because like the black faded out slowly and had become like dark brown, chocolate brown. So, and I knew it would fade out even more throughout the times. Oh, sorry, my hat. Throughout the times or throughout the years. So I knew that, and so this was what I asked them to do, and they actually did it. I still got pictures of that time, and I feel like it looked okay, and it helped me just grow them out. But when they were blonde, because I did not want to color them as often, that's why I changed it for. But actually, during that time, I used the very blonde hair that I got on top to just color them in many different colors, like pinks and purples and blue and whatever, peach. Just a quick reminder to you too to just go grab some drink and to drink something. So yeah, I used that time when my hair was like bleached to just color my hair in every possible way back then. But I knew that this would actually, well, you know, these are colors like they are fading super quickly. If you color them in like in purple or pink, that does not stay very long. So I actually colored them, especially during summer holidays. I just colored them in whatever way I wanted, and I was so happy with that. But after a while, I had to go to work, and I started working, and I was like, yeah, this is probably going to be the last time. So from that on, it has been 4 years now, a little bit more, I guess. I have no longer colored my hair any strange way. Like, I say strange, but I really love it that way when you have like colorful hair. But I have not colored them anymore in some crazy ways. So it's just like my normal blonde hair. I bleached it a little bit last time, so that it got a bit clearer, because it's just during winter or fall it becomes like a little shade darker. I always feel like because there's less sun, and later on in spring and in summer my hair kind of clears up by itself because of the sun. So that's that. And why did I talk about that when I talk to you about nails? It's just because, like, I feel like as a teacher, I don't know if it's in other countries as well like that, but the way I grew up, like teachers are not allowed to just have like all this crazy hair. We are not allowed, actually back then, I would say when I was in high school and stuff, so 10 years, a little bit more, a little bit more long ago, teachers were not allowed to have any of that. I remember that, well, like colored hair, like crazy colored hair, piercings and tattoos were a big no. We had like a very young teacher that started when I was in my, prior to my last year. She was like, what was it? Philosophy teacher, and she was really amazing. I really liked her. And she was pretty young when she started. I guess she just had finished her stage and everything, so she was like there for good. And when she was working, like, she told us that she had to take out her piercings. She did not have many piercings, but her ear was full. Like, one ear was really full of piercings, and she told us that she had to take them out all because the school did not want that. And so I still have in mind this picture that actually as a teacher you can't go there with a lot of tattoos, you can't go there with strangely colored hair, you can't go there with with a lot of piercings. So when I started working, I took out most of my piercings that I had, except for the ears, because like this is a pain if you have to take some out. I had one in, back then I had one in the mouth. Like, I don't know if you know the smiley piercing. You have actually, underneath your upper lip, you have like a very small, thin skin. And it's like ligation stuff. And actually, you can pierce that. And I got that for my 18th birthday because this was like the piercing that I really wanted to have. And my mom was always like, no, but for my 18th birthday, she was like, if you want it, you can go. So I went, I got it. And I was so happy because this was one that I saw when I went to my salon from doing my hair. There was one that had it, and she was so beautiful with it. And so I always told my mom, I want to get that as well. And that was little. And she was like, no. And so for my 18th birthday, I went there, I got it, pierced and everything. It healed up pretty quickly, no problems there. But you could see it because it's hanging, like, if you do put a ring in, you can see it above your teeth, depending on the ring size. So I took it out when I went to school, when I started working, because I told myself it's not gonna do a good impression if I just keep it in. So I took it out, and later on I just had an accident with it, so it ripped, and I no longer have it. So that's that. I'm not going to go into more details about that. I also had like a septum. This one I just turned in, and so no one could see it. I also had like a nostril, normal piercing in the nose, on the side of the nose, and this one I just took out, and I just put it in from time to time so that the hole does not actually close up. So I feel like I'm still like, I have the stereotype in my head that teachers are not allowed to have piercings. Sometimes I keep my nose piercing in and no one does say anything. They know I have it, but yeah. The ear piercing, I keep them in as well, but like for colored hair, I think that is still a no. But I knew from like last year somehow, some of my colleagues dropped that there was like one teacher, one of my friends had actually for quite some time purple or blue hair when she was teaching. And I think this is amazing. But I think that it's still a no somehow. In my brain, it's a no. But I feel like things or times have changed and it's become more acceptable, I think, because there are so many people who have it. Same goes for tattoos. Like back at my time, I had never had any teacher at my school with tattoos. This was not possible. And if they had them, they just hid them away because that was a no. And if parents saw that, it was like, they would I don't know what they would do, but parents would not be happy if their kids had a teacher with like tattoos. And now I know that like there are still many teachers who have them. Like there's one teacher colleague who has one big one on her back,
And if she wears just a t-shirt, well, you see it at the back. If she has her hair in a bun or something, sorry, I just hit it again with my head. So yeah, I think that things changed, and there are so many teachers who have big ones nowadays, even on their sleeves and all, and you see it. I don't know, I have like the ones that I have, you don't see them. I put them in places where they are pretty discreet, you can't see them, except like for the one on my arm, but it's on the underside of my arm, and it's very up on the up on the upper part of my arm inside, so you actually can't see it. When I wear t-shirts with very with short sleeves, you won't see it, but if I wear like tops, you could see it. But these are not allowed in schools as well, so there's actually no risk that anyone could see them, I think, and that's why I chose these places, because I still have this idea in my mind. I don't know, tell me how it is at your place. Are teachers allowed to have these things? Is it normal for teachers having tattoos or piercings or so on? That's something that I'm interested in, if it's just like a conception that's here, or if this is actually something that goes through different countries as well. So I'm wondering. Yeah, and this brought me to my nails. Sorry, I'm just like, sometimes I just drift off, and I keep talking, and in the end I lose the thread where I was actually wanting to talk about. So what I feel like is that I can't express, we are not supposed to express ourselves for our styles or whatever. We are not supposed to say, give opinions like political or religious opinions, because we have to be neutral when we teach. If we teach in public schools, so that's the case for myself. I'm not teaching in a religious or whatever school. I'm public school, no private school or anything. So I have to be neutral. This means that I can't talk about my political or whatever opinions. We can't express our we can express our style through our clothing and stuff, you know what I mean. If you like bling bling, you can put on bling bling. If you like it classy, you can go classy and stuff. But we are not allowed to just wear, for example, a necklace with, I don't know, with some religious symbol in it. That's not allowed. Not even if we think it's beautiful or pretty. We are not allowed to do that. So what I think it's like the way you actually can express yourself, or like, I don't want to express my opinions, political or religious opinions in school necessarily. If the kids ask and we are discussing a topic, maybe I will give it to them. But like, it's not me who is going to just blurt it out and say, yeah, I'm into that and that. So no, that's not how it works. So actually, I think that we can express still ourselves for our clothes, our style. So that's something I really like. And we can also express ourselves through my nails. That's the way I see it. So I don't mind going a little bit bolder. Like, there are many colleagues who just have like red, purple, whatever nails, and pink. Pink is a good color for school. So that's that, but I like it a little bit bolder. I always like it a little bit more different. Like, I like stuff that's different. I don't like it when everything is the same, like boring, same. That's not something I really like. I know that it can be good because you can hide in the mainstream and stuff like that, but that's not the way I want to go. I always like also clothes that are pretty simple, but that have like this little extra, for instance, on their arms, or there's like a golden thingy on it. It can be simple, but there must be this extra. I won't pay for something that's not got this extra stuff on it. And same goes for my nails. I feel like if I go do them and I'm going to pay someone to do my nails, I'm not just gonna paint them in pink and that's that. That's not how it works. Like that I can do it myself at home because that's so easy to do, and that's not what I want. So when I go do my nails, I'll just do them in something different, something a little bit special every time. Um, well, now when I went there, I know that I'm going back to work pretty soon, so I'm not gonna change my nails before I go back. So I chose something that would be, I wanted something like Halloweenish, in the theme about Halloween, but something that would not shock too much. So I chose to go with this one, like the black, matte black, and this green. I think it's nice. It looks nice. It is not the most discreet color. I get that. It's something different. You can judge it, but I feel like it's still discreet. Well, I could have gone bigger. What I would love to do, because she's a great artist, my friend. So she likes drawing and stuff as well. So she can draw actually characters, and that's something I would have loved to. I'm a big fan of Coraline, the movie, where you have like this little girl that actually goes to she moves into another place with her parents, and her parents are pretty busy. So she feels like she's like in this big home, new place, and she feels a little bit lost, I think. Like her parents don't have the time to take care of her at the moment. They are busy themselves with work and stuff. She's in that new big home and she doesn't know anyone. And so she goes to discover the house, and somehow she lands in this parallel world with her parallel parents that who don't want her to leave anymore afterwards, and they want to turn her into a person, like a puppet, like they are. So these have these button eyes. I don't know if you've seen like the button eye Diamond Art Club painting from Ennis Guerrero. Well, this is like themed with Coraline, I feel. And yeah, so actually that's something I would have loved to get. Like you can do some beautiful artwork just on that. And if I would not have had to go back to work, I would have asked my friend to just draw like Coraline and Coraline themed nails. But yeah, since I have to go back to work, I don't want any characters on my nails. I don't want anything like too extreme. So I just went with like the black and the green to get still this little bit Halloween feeling I wanted, and we will see. I guess there will be some people who will judge it even at work, because like that's how it goes. There are always judgy people, especially like I feel in Luxembourg. If you work in a school, like we have to do a ton to get that job. Like we have to do so much to just be able to be teachers. And so once you are there, and once you've achieved that goal, like you are actually a teacher, I feel like there are so many people who just forget what they went through, and they feel like kind of, I don't want this to be mean or anything, but like they feel superior to other people. I feel often like, and that's something I don't like, because I feel like we are not better than anyone else. Like we did a lot, of course, to get there, and this should be honored, of course, but we are not better than anyone. So I feel like always when I say, they ask me at the end of holidays when I go back to work, they always ask me, and where have you been, and stuff like that. And if I have not been anywhere, like I feel like they are judging me, because like, why don't you go someplace? Like you have the money, why don't you go someplace? And I feel like that's just not how it's go. Well, that's not how it should be, right? Or like if they compare, sometimes I go there and I feel like they are comparing like their clothes, like where did you get that from? Is that like, I don't know, Gucci, or is that like Chanel and stuff like that? But hey, we don't have to. It's not because like you can or you want to. Well, I don't want to spend all of my money on stuff like that. That's nice, but that's not what I want my money for, like, you know. So yeah, that's that. Makes me kind of sad sometimes, but hey, that's the way it is, right? So when I go there and I tell them I've just been to London and that's that, yeah, I already know what will happen because they went to, I don't know, place like Mexico or stuff, and I went to London, yeah, for 5 days during 2 months. Anyway, yeah, that's something I wanted to tell you. So I express myself through my nails. I like it a little bit different. I like it different. That's what I like. Not too extreme, still classy, but like different. Yeah. Do you, like I said, please let me know if in your country it's the same. Like if teachers are allowed, or if it's weird for teachers to have like tattoos, piercings, and stuff like that. If they can dress like they want to, or if there's always also something that they are not allowed to. I don't know if you know these things. Like if you don't work in that kind of field, I don't know if you like know these things. I know that in other fields as well, you have like stuff like that, just not as I know that, well, what am I doing here? I know that, for instance, like if you work in a bank, like the big banks in Europe or Luxembourg at least, you can't just wear like a jeans. You have to suit up, for instance. That's the way it goes. And so I think that there are also different kind of working branches that have like stuff like that, where you have to respect some dress code and stuff. We don't really have that. In my old school, we did have that. I could not wear, for example, tank tops, stuff like that, because we were not allowed to show our shoulders, for instance. So I had, if I wore like a top or something like that, it had to be like I had to wear a thin vest over that would cover a jacket my shoulders, because I was not allowed to show my shoulders. And that also, we were like having summers that were pretty hot. We were all dying there. And no, you're not allowed to show your shoulders. Why? For whatever reason. I mean, at the same time, you have like kids that are sitting there in crop tops and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say anything about that because they can dress the way they want, of course. But I feel like let us breathe as well. It's not because I'm wearing a top that something awful will happen. I mean, if it's like 32 or 34 degrees outside, it's hot. I don't want to wear a vest. I don't want to wear a jacket. I don't want to wear a sweatshirt. So come on. That's the thing that kind of, I think this is like super old, and like this should be like changed, I think, because like we changed and people change, society changes. So if they accept like tattoos and stuff a little bit more now, they could also accept that a little bit, I guess, in an appropriated way, of course. So yeah, let me know about these things. I'm always curious to know how it is in different countries. Oh, I missed an X there. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that. Another topic that I wanted to discuss with you is like, I don't know, Halloween. So Halloween is still a little bit away. And I'm curious just to know like how you guys are celebrating, if you are celebrating it. I know that, for example, here in Luxembourg, as a child, this did not really exist. So Halloween was not a big thing here. It came from the States mainly, and it has been commercialized a little bit later. But at the beginning, it was no big thing here. So there was no one actually who got dressed up, went around and stuff. And so if there are kids now, we have a lot of younger kids now these days that are going around with their parents disguised and stuff. And you have a lot of elderly people, I feel. They don't think this is something that they want to participate in, because it's foreign, it's no tradition from here. They say it's from overseas, it has nothing to do with our culture and stuff. So at least this is the way elderly people here around that I talked to told me that they saw this. like when the kids are coming, usually they don't treat them because like it's no holiday. They won't even open up the door or stuff like that. And I think this is a little bit sad because like there are not that many children who participate in it, but they disguise and stuff. So just let them have the fun and buy something. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like in Europe, or at least like I said in Luxembourg, it's not that big thing. Not a thing we are used to, I guess. Let's put it that way. And it's more like commercial stuff. Like you can buy things, you can, I don't know, you can buy decoration and stuff, but you don't celebrate it. We don't really celebrate Halloween. It's more like it's on a weekend or stuff, and you have this possibility to go out, and there will be some balls stuff where you can go disguised, but it's not that big a thing and not that many people are celebrating it here. What I like to do is I like to decorate a little bit. Usually I'm not the party person, so I'm not going to go out and be all disguised and stuff. But I will just go as like I will just stay home, and I will do often what I did is I baked some muffins, and when someone came by and would actually with a funny topic and would be ringing the bell to get some treats, I would just give them the muffins or stuff. So this is something the way I like to celebrate Halloween. It's not like going out and being all disguised and drink until I can't no more, but it's really like more about this fun stuff. And for this year, I actually bought some things. I bought some figures, like you don't know the clay thingy. Clay is some material for those who are crafters or who like to work with your hands stuff. You know that what clay is. Clay is like polymer clay. You have like different colors of this clay stuff, and you can form figures out of that clay. And if you put it in the oven, for example, it gets hot, and once it gets hot, it gets like really hard as well. So you make a figure out of clay actually. So when I went to the shop I like to go to, that's called Action, there were like different forms like that, and I bought some for Halloween. So I tried to make them for Halloween this year. Maybe also some cupcakes with cute topping, and we will see. That's like my plan for Halloween this year. I'm also looking forward for the Black Friday. That's soon afterwards, I think, because like Black Friday means that there are a lot of diamond paintings that you will get for a little bit cheaper. So I'm looking forward to that as well, especially from Diamond Art Club. That's something I'm really curious about. And yeah, let me know how you would celebrate your Halloween. Is this a thing? Is this something that's celebrated in your country, or is it just like here that's not a tradition, it's a foreign tradition, so it's not going to be celebrated by many people? Or do you like to go out or stuff like that? So these are things that interest me, so let me know. We are going to address here like a bit more darker colors before I move to this part here. So I'll move on with the Epsilon, and we will see how this goes. So I feel so far what I can say about this canvas is the colors are, yeah, you understand that this is not the best rendering. That's clear, I guess. Not the best rendering at all. But for the rest, I feel like it's fun to do. Let me just see how long I've been talking already. It's fun to do. But yeah, not the best rendering. So I will see once it's finished how it looks like. Well, ever since I did this part in the upper corner, that was just not distinguishable at all. I feel like ever since it's been okay. The other parts I could distinguish. I know what these represent. so it's okay, I guess. I feel like it's not worth like all the money I paid for, but it's okay. I mean, it's still fun doing it. I like putting down drills on anything anyway, so it's okay. We will see. The fun part is, and that's something I never understood, is when you look through a camera on this picture, it always looks better than it does actually. And I don't know why that is, but I feel like any picture you do, it always looks better through camera than through whatever image. So I'm now still working on that epsilon thingy here. I think I will just do soon. I will finish the epsilon and I'll maybe do a quick pause break to just grab something to eat because I start getting hungry. It's still in the morning here, but I've been up early and I had not had breakfast yet, so I usually don't eat breakfast. If there's no one in my house that actually takes breakfast, I'm not going to eat it. Maybe if I get hungry before midday, I will eat some fruits. That's how I usually do. Like I still get some kiwis, like the golden ones, not the green ones. I don't like the green ones. So I could eat them. So I will finish this and I will see. What I've been up to also, like I told you, I've been reading more of my manga, One Piece. So I've been lately reading that a lot. I moved on pretty well. For those who know the series, like I have a lot to get. Well, I'm really behind. Let's say it like that. I'm really behind still, but I move on quickly. So for those who know, the main hero, Luffy. He just 2 years have passed since the big battle with the Marine where he lost his brother. So please, if you have not seen it, this is going to contain some spoilers. So move on a little bit, like a few minutes. So he lost his brother during this big battle, and he then decides to just wait for 2 years because he has to become stronger because he knows he can't just go on to the new world. He's not strong enough. So these 2 years have passed and he's reunited with his friends and they are on the fish isle now. So they are staying there and there's just like this, he's like with this prophecy that says that he will destroy the whole island. So the king is like a little bit he tries to throw them in a dungeon, but they are too strong, and so they had conquered the the palace of like the king, and the captain, so our main personage, like character, he's always walking around, so he never actually follows the others kind of, so he's met like the princess, and the princess has been put away for her own safety because her life is menaced by a pirate who wants to marry her desperately, but she does not want to accept it. But she can't defend herself, so she's not allowed to leave like her bedchambers. And he wants to take her out. She's been there for like 10 years, so he met her, he protected her from an assault, and he wants to take her out, make her see the world, and that's where I am currently. So I'm curious to see how that goes. And how they will move into the new world pretty soon. So this is the first step for the new world. My friend told me that from that moment on, everything will be a little bit more exciting. So I'm curious to see how this story develops. At the same time, I'm also listening at an audiobook. I'm currently listening to Autumn's Fowl. I know it's a kid's book, but I really like it. I bought the audiobooks from Amazon, from Audible. I don't know, it's like my second favorite one after Harry Potter, in English, of course. I like the reader and how the voices are done. So that's also something I like to do while I diamond paint. Unfortunately, I can't do it while I work on my diamond painting here. Otherwise, I would do it. I'm used to just put on some video either on YouTube or on my Audible and to just listen to it. Also, you got this function on your iPad. If you use iPad, you can just download on Kindle your book, and you can use the reader from your iPad to read actually the story to you. So at the beginning it's kind of robotic, like I told you maybe before, but you get used to it and the voice gets a little bit smoother over time. So you can actually listen to your books without buying the Audible version, which is nice as well. I started doing this over a year ago, and I've been listening to so many books since then, and I really enjoy doing that as well while I diamond paint. But I also like to catch up with other diamond painters. I like to listen to their WIP and Waffles or WIP&Chats or whatever they call it. This is also a fun way for me to spend my time while I diamond paint. Or I also like to, for those who speak actually French or German, you can listen to Arte, because they do a lot of documentations about anything actually, about health, about religion, about history stuff, about science, about physics, whatever it is that you are interested in about the animals or biology, whatever it is, like a little bit, even art. Sometimes they do something about an artist or about some literary figure or stuff like that. So it's very versatile, and there are different things you can watch. So this is also something I like, and at the same time you get to learn something new. So that's also something that's very welcome for me, something I like to do. Do you have like good audiobooks or series that you are listening to? I'm pretty much into fantasy. If I listen to an audiobook, can be like young adult fantasy or like fantasy in general. What I like is a lot like Harry Potter, or I've been listening also to reading all the Sarah J. Maas things, like Court of Thorns and Roses, stuff like that. I have not read like the Throne series yet, so this is like something that's on my wish list. So let me know if there's anything like that, like fantasy link, that you like to read and that I could be interested in as well. So please let me know. So we've done the epsilon now. I think I can still move on a little bit before I just go grab my kiwi. So I'll do the use and we will see if I go grab it afterwards. So what we do here, we are having done still the upper part of her arm, and most of it is shadows, I guess. That's what we do today. So nothing too exciting. I'm so curious how the cat will turn out though. If we will see if it's a cat or not. This is something I'm curious about, very curious. So, hop. Can you hear him snoring? It's like Edgar is still snoring here. So what I've planned for today is that I will be meeting a friend later on. I actually met her through her father, who is like insuring my place and my car and stuff. And a while ago, like I think 2 years ago or stuff, when he came by to insure my car because I changed my car, he was like seeing that I was reading a lot, and he asked me a little bit more about what I like to do and stuff, because like actually our whole family is insured through him. So I don't even see what that is. So that's how we actually know him. And when he was there, like, he noticed that somehow me and his daughter, because he has a daughter that's a little bit younger than I am, like I would say she's like 4 to 5 years younger than I am, and she was back at university. I was already working, and he told me that, yeah, we have so much in common and stuff. And he asked me if since she had trouble actually meeting people like her, and like people who appreciate reading and stuff, it was for her pretty difficult to meet new people. She's not the one that will go outside into a bar and talk to people. Like, she's exactly like me in that kind of field. He was like, would you mind just like talking to her and seeing if you kind of get along, you two, because you look like you would get along and stuff. And she has a hard time meeting new people. And I was like, at the beginning I felt like this is some kind of weird question, like that's weird. But in the end, like, I actually met her. So we fixed a date, and I met her like in the city, and for coffee or stuff. Well, I say coffee, I don't drink coffee, for tea. And we talked over like 2 hours, and it was really fun talking to her, because like she also loved reading, and she likes same kind of stuff I do. I recommend her some books, she recommended me some books, I started them, and I really like that. And she's also interested in languages. Oh, I missed a V. While I studied like Roman languages, everything that's French and Spanish and Latin, she is more into German languages. So she studies actually German. And well, last time we talked, she was like undecided if she would go also. She's finishing university now, so she's pretty well done with it. And she was like, I don't know what I should do later on, and maybe I want to be, like she told me, a teacher as well. So she asked me if this was something that could fit her, like suit her as a job. And I was like, hey, you're like me, but we're still different. So I don't know. Do you like talking in front of people? Like, I don't like it. I don't like talking in front of people, especially if they have my age. But set me in front of smaller kids or smaller, younger people, and I will do pretty fine. So for me, that's that. I stress if I have to talk with people my age or people who are older than I am, because I feel like they are kind of judging me for everything I do. Or like, I don't know, I don't feel that, I don't like it talking people my age if I don't know them, and if there are a lot of them around me. Like, I don't really like that at all. If I have to talk in front of a group people, I don't like that. But with kids, it's okay, like, that's fine. So for me, it's difficult to judge. I told her, like, I don't know how you will handle that, since I don't know. We are different. You seem to be even, well, she seems to be even more averse to that kind of thing than I am. And so I said, I don't know. Maybe you should like try out and visit a school, like before the school year ends. And this meant before last summer, if she could, so that she could find out if she wants to go there. Because like, you have to know, if you want to become a teacher here, you have to do like well, at my time it was 3 years, but now it's 2 years of stage. You have to do a big exam, and if you don't fail that, well, and you are part of like the number they look for, like, you have to class and get ranked and everything. So if you are in the ranking and you don't fail, you actually can become like a teacher, and you'd go through a stage and everything, the practical part. And so I told her to, before you do that, because these are 2 years of your life and a lot of studying you have to do, just be aware if this is really something you want to do. Not that you started and after like 2 years you notice, no, actually that's not what I want to do. or it's harder than I think it would, or stuff like that. So I just told her to go to her older school where she was as a kid or when she was younger, and to ask them if she could go there and maybe just give one lesson. I mean, just 1 hour. It's enough actually to know if this is something you like or you don't later on, because I feel like this is the most difficult part. Stand in front of class and just prepare your stuff and teach them. Like if you see you do it once and you're thrown into cold water like that, and you feel like it's okay, I think you can do it. I think that even the more challenging parts, like kids that are more difficult stuff, you can do it. And especially since since she's a calm person, I think that she would be doing okay. I think as long as you don't like scream on kids or whatever, you'll be doing fine. You can always do it another way. You don't have to scream. I feel like that's my point of view. So anyway, let's see. I finished this up. There's only one letter I have to do. It's the T. So I'm going to finish that, and then I will be going to eat my kiwi. So yay. Last one I'm putting down. I got another story to tell you guys. So let me zoom out. I'm gonna put that in, and I'm going to zoom out and show you what we've done today and how the picture looks so far, so you have an idea. Let me zoom out. So I'm going to hide the ugly part. Okay, this is the picture. Toop, toop, toop. Let me zoom out, zoom out. Yeah. Wait, so you see, this is our picture. This is what we got so far. Today we worked on this part here. So we see part of her arm. We worked on the upper part of her arm, and we have this here. I don't know what it is. A flower or something maybe. We will see. And I hope that you got something done on your own project, and I hope that I kept you entertained with my little stories about my daily life and what's going on in this house. Let me know in the comments down below. I asked you 3 questions. Let me take a look at my sheet, what I asked you. Oh, what did I do with it? Oh yeah, I asked you about how you got into diamond painting. If you want to answer that, this is super exciting. I think this is super interesting to know. Also, let me know how the teachers are treated in your country, if they are actually allowed to have tattoos and stuff. And also tell me about Halloween, if this is something that you guys celebrate or not, if it's for you a foreign or tradition, or if it's something that you actually do celebrate. In next video, I don't know if it will be WIP and Sip and Chat or if it will just be a work along, but there's still something I want to talk to you about. It's about Mary's Diamonds, and yeah, I will keep that for the next WIP and Sip and Chat. So I will see you guys. In the meantime, I hope you stay healthy, I hope you stay hydrated, and if you could give my video a thumbs up or leave a comment or even subscribe if you're new to the channel, this would help me out and it would make my channel grow and it would make me happy. So I'll see you in another video, guys. Bye bye.